Okay, so here we are for another episode of PBR with Nate at the good old Nate's bar at Nate's house. Um, I think this subject is going to be on our Second Amendment constitutional right, PBR. So anyway, we've had these mass shootings, and we've had mass shootings for a long time. We stretch all the way back to the Austin Tower shooter at the University of Texas or whatever. I mean, we can go back to all that. Some crazy sons of bitches do some crazy dumbass shit, and they blame right wingers or white nationalists, or I don't know, just blame anybody. Blame anybody except for the person that actually did it. Don't want to blame that person. No, he's not the one that did it. The NRA did it. Or Donald Trump did it. He's the one that's ultimately responsible. Freaking kidding me? How stupid is that? Anyway, so I guess what I'm talking about here is we're talking about constitutional rights. So the Second Amendment is what is considered an unalienable right, correct? With the rest of them, with the First Amendment, with the Fourth Amendment, with Third, all the way down. So why is that one coming under fire? I'll tell you why in just a second. The reason that the Second Amendment comes under fire and is vilified so much is because without the Second Amendment, none of you can't defend any of the other amendments. The Second Amendment stands alone as the defense of every other amendment in the Constitution. So, the right to keep and bear arms. When that amendment was written, it was written at a time when everybody had the same weapons of war. Every person that, had a house or whatever, they had a rifle, or, they were all black powder, but they had a rifle or anything else. Guess what? Guess what the military had? The same damn thing. They had the same thing. So here's how I view the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment does not change. At the time it was written, the citizenry of the United States had weapons of war. So why can't I have weapons of war? I would love to have a 105 millimeter howitzer artillery cannon planted in my backyard. Now, is that practical? No. Will it do anything? No. I mean, I might shoot it off, but then again, I might destroy half of my neighbors across town. But all I'm saying is that when the Second Amendment was written, it wasn't written to restrict people's rights. I should be able to have anything that the military has. Yeah, I know a lot of it's impractical. I know I can't afford it. I can't afford an F-22 fighter or an F-35, or I can't afford an M1 Abrams tank. I can't afford that. However, I should be able to adequately defend myself against a government that decides to tyrannically take over everything. So, why can't I have the same stuff that they have? That's what they had back in the Revolutionary War, and that's what they wrote it for. And don't tell me they didn't write it for that. Don't tell me they wrote it for hunting or whatever else. Because you're fucking stupid. That is stupid. That is ridiculous. Why would they put that in there, the right to keep and bear arms? I mean, seriously. They were fighting a tyrannical government at the time. They were seriously fighting for their lives. They had just committed treason against England. So, I mean, come on, folks. Seriously. Ask yourself that question. Seriously. I mean, my God. Now, you know what? There's a bunch of idiots out there that go and do stupid shit. These evil fuckers. And I don't care what side of the aisle they're on, what side of politics. Everybody wants to blame Trump. Whatever. Which is another idiotic thing. These people, they go crazy. Think about Timothy McVeigh. He didn't use a gun. He used chicken shit. As I said, Timothy McVeigh used chicken shit and diesel fuel. So, you know, he was crazy. He was batshit crazy. He was stupid. He was an idiot. Pulse nightclub. Any of these people, they were all idiots. They were stupid. I mean, my God. And you want to blame this on the NRA or anything else? I just don't, I don't get it. How many NRA members, how many actual NRA members have been involved in fucking mass shootings? None. Zero. I'm sorry. None. You can look it up. I don't care. Look it up. Ain't none of them been involved in mass shootings. Because guess what? They own their weapons legally. They take care of the weapons. Whatever. I don't know. It's all bullshit to me. Bottom line is that, you know, some of these lefties and some of these liberals come out, well, they're not trying to take your guns away. They just want sensible gun laws, and we want to take care of the assault rifles. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. If there's a such thing as an assault rifle, there'd be a such thing as an assault shovel, an assault hammer, an assault knife, an assault broom, an assault car, an assault truck. AR stands for Armalite Rifle. No such thing as an assault rifle. Period. End of sentence. Done with it. Don't even argue with me, because you're going to get put down. That's stupid ass shit. So all I'm saying is that without the Second Amendment, none of the other amendments can stand. The Second Amendment is the defense, is being able to defend the rest of the amendments. Without the Second Amendment, without your Second Amendment rights, you don't have First Amendment rights. You don't have Fourth Amendment rights. Do you understand that? So, like I say, all these people say, well, they're not going to come take your guns. They just want to ban multiple round magazines and assault rifles and semi-automatic handguns, blah, blah. So what? You want us to all go back to flintlock black powder guns? Is that what you want? So when, you know, the government decides to take everything over and overrun us, all we can do is, you know, pack waddings and everything down into our fucking black powder guns and pull the trigger and hope that 54 caliber ball finds a home. No, I'm sorry. No, I don't think we need any restrictions whatsoever. You know, we talk about these red flag laws. I tell you what about somebody who doesn't like the video I'm sharing right now, who thinks that I'm crazy for saying these things, and they report me to the government? We need to red flag this guy because he's crazy. Y'all see some of the shit he's saying on, Facebook or whatever else. And so they put me under a red flag. Well, guess what? Now I no longer have the ability or the opportunity to defend myself should anything happen in my house. Because I've been red flagged. Or, some of the red flag laws that, they talk about what Trump, rolled back. Oh my God, that was some stupid shit. Because that concerned people who needed help, not mentally, not physically, not anything else. They needed somebody to help them to help process their disability Social Security payments. You need to do your research. That's all I'm saying. They just needed some bureaucratic help to cut through the red tape to help them with that. So then all of a sudden they get put on a red flag list. Well, Trump rolled that back. With the full backing of the ACLU, by the way. So these red flag laws, they're like the no-fly list. Pretty much anybody can put you on it. So, one day you're golden, the next day somebody's knocking on your door and pulling your revolver out of your hands, or pulling your shotgun out of your fucking safe, or anything else. Welcome to Gestapo world. All I'm saying is this, is that our rights do not need to be restricted. I mean, seriously, unalienable rights. Seriously, I have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And all of my rights continue on and continue on and continue on until they, infringe on somebody else's rights. Until I invade somebody else's property or whatever else. Then I'm in the wrong. But until then, we all have these rights. So, who's to say, one man's mental illness is another man's just ranting and raving? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to this point, but I can tell you this. An armed society, completely armed society, is a pretty big check on criminal activity. Everybody talks about, that El Paso shooting, it was in Texas. That's Texas, where all them motherfuckers carry guns and blah, blah, blah. That Walmart was located in a mall that had a zero-gun policy. Thank you, Beto O'Rourke. So, that guy was able to walk in there with impunity and just do whatever. And just shoot them all up. The thing that happened out in California. What was it? A garlic festival? Gilroy? Something like that. I think it was Gilroy. They had metal detectors set up. They had everything set up and had police and sheriff's deputies patrolling the property. So, hang on. So this dude goes around and he comes up through the woods and he cuts a fence with his gun that he bought in Nevada, which was not legal in California because, criminals are not going to obey the law. And he cut the fence and he jumped in there and just pulled the trigger and started shooting. Against all the precautions that have been taking place. So, I don't know. You tell me. I'm just saying, an armed society. if I'm toting a gun somewhere, I'm looking out. I'm looking out to see how I can protect people. Even if I'm not toting a gun. I took that oath a long time ago when I joined the Army. Then I'll run toward that gunfire. I'm just saying, evil people are going to do evil shit. If you take all the guns away, if you take all of that crap away, if you take everything away, some dude is going to go up to some other dude and bash him upside the head with a hammer, or a 2x4, or whatever else. He's going to pull his belt off and ratchet it around his neck. Just saying, evil people do evil shit. It's not the tool, it's the person that wields the tool. So, I don't know, lighten up. Fuck all of y'all. I tell you, give me a gun any day. Give me a gun any day. Let's just unrestricted. Fully unrestricted. Complete open carry, concealed carry all over the United States. And let's see how these mass shootings go down then. Complete and total concealed carry, open carry, no matter where you go, you can have a gun. And these criminals that think that they're going to go in there and make some sort of statement and shoot up a bunch of shit, yeah, they'll think twice, I promise you. They might pull that trigger once or twice and then somebody else is going to put them down. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And armed citizenry stops all this crap. Because if the cops can't respond quick enough, they can't. You know, if I call the cops, right now I'm unarmed, and somebody breaks into my house and is holding a fucking gun to me and my wife, and I call the cops, and I say, can you get here fast? You know, can you come here and help us? We're about to die. You know, good Lord, they got to come from halfway across town. I'm going to die. And so is my wife, and so is my kids. But if I'm armed and shoot that motherfucker before he ever comes in the door, and then I call the cops and say, clean this up, then I'm okay. Evil people exist. That is the inherent nature of people. So, unrestricted. Pull all the restrictions off Second Amendment. Let us have anything we want. Let me park an M1 Abrams tank in my driveway. I don't know what the hell I'll do with it. It would look cool. But let me do that. Let me turret mount a Ma Deuce of 50 cal on top of my roof. What's the harm in that? I mean, seriously, what's the harm in that? Let's just unrestrict it all. Just pull all the restrictions off. Let us have whatever we want. And I guarantee you, that all this gun crap and all this multiple shooting, blah, 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 it'll go away. I guarantee you. You got a bunch of motherfuckers walking around with a Desert Eagle 50 on their hip. Ain't nobody gonna mess with them. So, anyway, that's just my opinion on Second Amendment, but it also spreads to the rest of the amendments in the Constitution. You know, and any of you leftists, whatever, if you don't agree with me and you want to change it, call for a convention of the states. Repeal it. Repeal the Second Amendment. You're not going to legislate it out. I don't care what you say. The Second Amendment is the Second Amendment. Supreme Court's going to uphold it. And they already have. They've shown it several thousand times, upholding the Second Amendment. So if you don't like it, if you don't like the Second Amendment, if you don't like anything I've said, call for a convention of states, repeal the Second Amendment. Because you're not going to get any legislation that is gun-grabbing legislation past the Supreme Court. You're not. You won't. If you don't want people to have guns, convention of states, repeal the Second Amendment. Until then, deal with it. Let's go unrestricted. Let's do it the same way that it was during the Revolutionary War, where the citizenry had the same weapons as the military. Let's do it that way. Hey, I'm ex-military. I would love to have those weapons. I loved shooting them when I was in there. Let me get a Mark 19 fully automatic grenade launcher and a 50 cal and a minigun and a 105 howitzer and an M1 Abrams tank and a Bradley fighting vehicle. I would love to have all. Oh my God, I would have so much fun. God, it would be awesome. Anyway, so I don't know. Like I said, Second Amendment guarantees all the other amendments. Without the second, the other amendments don't stand. Anyway, don't forget, boys and girls, to eat it every day.